Welcome back, everybody, to some more Indie Gaming League 2020 Summer Circuit Rocket League action straight at you. Tonight, we have DeRealest versus Same Kids. DeRealest coming in with a record of 3-0. Same Kids, so no slouch, coming in with a record of 2-1. They do have one common opponent, though. It was Bunterlandos that in week 1, Same Kids took out and took him 5 games, though, 3-2. DeRealest, on the other hand, faced him again the next week and swept him 3-0. So looking at that and looking at the stats here, you can see DeRealest, 4 goals per game and 4.7 saves per game. Like, the ball just has to not stop when we're talking about DeRealest. It goes up and down all the time. We have 5 people in here. On the other hand, Same Kids, more saves than goals, which means that they tend to be on the defensive side a little more, but still with 2-1, good possession coming out. So I'm expecting a real close competition coming out from these two. A lot depends on what the ball does. Is the ball going back and forth, up and down the pitch the entire time and just not slowing down? Just take the ball, throw it at the net, take the ball, throw it at the net, take the ball, throw it at the net. I expect DeRealest to come out ahead. Is the ball more controlled, slowing down a much slower paced game? Same Kids, I feel like they would have the advantage based on that. But we have all 5 members in the match here for Same Kids. We have a very wholesome tree, very wholesome indeed, and Sneaky Toast. So we got a wholesome member and a sneaky. I'm not sure what to think about Same Kids. On DeRealest, we have Corey DeRealest and Brandon DeRealest. So the two DeRealest players, Corey and Brandon, on the side of DeRealest, the blue squad. Sending them a quick message saying that they can join the teams and go. Since we have 5 members in here, they have joined up. We are going to get right into some 2v2 Rocket League action. Now, this is a Tier 3 Division 7 matchup. I messed up and did not get the correct middle info on the screen there. It's still Tier 3, so we are going to see some Champ 1, Champ 2 gameplay coming out from these members. Now, some laundry list going out for you guys who are here in chat with me. You guys are here supporting your teams. I want you guys to be able to do that. However you see fit to cheer and root for your teams. You want to do spam caps, you want to hit the emotes, you want to spam all that, absolutely go nuts. You can cheer for your teams however you see fit. You see something extremely exciting happening, like a very wholesome tree sending it right into the upper 90 and starting things off with a quick 1-0 over to the Same Kids. You can go nuts. The only thing that I ask you to refrain from is anything demeaning, demoralizing, offensive in any sense, any manner. Just leave that out. We don't need any of that. But otherwise, you can absolutely go nuts with any caps, emotes, or spamming that you want to, just like you're at a traditional sports match and cheering and screaming your head off. But here's 60 seconds in, 1-0 Same Kids, and still static. What is going on? Welcome back, Corey DeRealest. We got a 2v2 matchup here, DeRealest and Same Kids. A very wholesome tree, bumping out Brandon. It leaves a one-on-one with Sneaky Toast and Corey, and Sneaky Toast going to win that battle. Sneaky little play here. Wholesome tree. It looked like the members of DeRealest thinking that he was going to go for it. Instead, bumping one out of the play, and Sneaky Toast getting the second pop, hitting that top crossbar, and down. Spurs Nation, thanks for the follow. Love it. Appreciate it. These flicks are too OP. Brandon, you talking about a flick, gets a flick right there over his Sneaky Toast, but wholesome tree able to get back for the save. As mentioned, we've seen things slow down just a little bit, and that seems to benefit Same Kids. But Corey, unable to have the boost to get in front of that ball, had an open net, just couldn't get there in time to be able to slice that in. Corey gonna pop it off the corner. Test out the defense from Sneaky Toast. But able to get it there, no problem. Wholesome Tree taking things down. Challenged by Brandon, who's going to pick it up at midfield. Going to pop it across to Corey, who's going to try to throw it towards the net. Unable to get there. Sneaky Toast tries to get around the corner. Brandon, good challenge. Next touch, though, sends it all the way across. It's some base heavy boost. There is no doubt. Brandon, as we're talking about the boost, Brandon with the read off of this pass from Corey, straight off that backboard. Brandon not even giving Wholesome Tree any time to get up and sneaking it just inside that far post and cutting that lead in half right as we just get by halftime. 2-1 now. Same kids, still with the advantage. Sneaky Toast with a sneaky little fake there. Going to try to get a flick now over the members of DeRealest. Didn't quite catch all of it to try to get a pass over to Wholesome Tree. And was saved by Corey. Brandon now going to start a dribble, carry it on down. Tries to get a flick as I'm sure he could hear Sneaky Toast just breathing down his neck. Ends up rolling off the back of his car and cleared on down back to the blue half as Wholesome Tree tries to cut around the members and back inside the far post. Couldn't catch up to it. Brandon pop things up. Brandon able to get it around one rather. Pops it off the corner as Corey going up for it, but challenged well by Sneaky. As Wholesome Tree with that deafening boost. Headphone warning. Ooh! Sneaky Toast last second there. Just getting the save as that ball somehow snuck under that crossbar. I thought it was going to be a pass off of the backboard. But a good read coming out. Brandon winning that 50-50 against Sneaky. As Sneaky now gets the pop. But Brandon getting up high above everyone else. Going to have a shot opportunity as Sneaky goes for a fake challenge. Ends up rotating back around. Slowing things down as like I said, slow play. Same kids looking for that slow play. And DeRealest just wanting to absolutely fly up and down this pitch and be all over the place. Things have been slowing down though, and that's why you see that 2-1 scoreline. Corey trying to pick things up in the corner with only 30 boosts. Can't really do much. Able to get the pass around one though, and somehow Brandon is going to sneak that through. Sneaky Toast. Corey, 30 boost, able to get just enough of that second touch as Brandon getting it behind Sneaky Toast and ties things up. Just under 30 seconds left to play here in game number 1. Now, I didn't mention this is a best of 5, so regardless of what happens, we still have at least 2 more matches or 2 more games to play, and I am absolutely excited based on how this first game is going between these two teams as Corey picks it off the hood and he's going to take the lead. 15 seconds left, just like that, and 15 seconds from down 1 to up 1 as Sneaky Toast trying to slow things down as that is their calling card. Just flying in there is Corey picking it off his hood and sending it in. 3-2 now, DeRealest. Sneaky Toast, no boost. Members don't know that from DeRealest. Almost snuck it in there. This Wholesome Tree now with what might be the last opportunity for same kids. Ends up getting a shot on net, but Brandon sends it away. Ball still down here in the blue half though. A pass back to Sneaky Toast, but is blocked by Corey. Hits the pitch, and DeRealest taking game number 1, 3-2 after being down the vast majority of this game. Able to come back. And in 15 seconds, just turn things around. You see the shot difference. Same kids had far more shots. I say far more percentage-wise. They had 10 shots to DeRealest's 7 shots. But when DeRealest has 7 saves, like that defense, you see it right there on the stat line. 4.7 saves per game. They had 7 that game. They almost doubled their amount of average saves per game, and that's what enabled them to stay in the game, and then all of a sudden just turn on the jets, turn on the speed, and bam! 2 goals just like that, kicking it up. Speed for DeRealest. Same kids. They had success very early in that game. Going to need to be able to slow things down, but in a controlled manner. As you saw him trying to slow things down there with 16 seconds left. Unfortunately, don't know if it was a call out or just didn't see, had a member of DeRealest flying in his face and ended up getting that ball picked off his hood right there in the middle of the pitch. So, slowing things down for same kids, what they're looking for, just slow things down in a little bit more controlled manner, and they should be absolutely all right. As Brandon not giving any space and gets a shot. No, sends it all the way across. Unable to get there. Sneaky with the shot towards net. Corey able to pop it straight up. And Brandon cleared on out. It's now Wholesome Tree picking up some boost. Going to get a little back pass over to Sneaky Toast. Sneaky now trying to slow things down, but Brandon, once again, you see the members of DeRealest just not giving any space, as now a carry coming out from Brandon. A great read from Sneaky, getting up in time and seeing that ball was not going to drop down on that carry and getting the save. Corey now going to try to stay up and get a second touch off the wall. Didn't have the boost to go for it. Sneaky into Brandon. Now we're seeing the back and forth play coming out, and like I said, I would argue that this benefits DeRealest. The booming clears and back and forth, a lot of saves, a lot of shots, a lot of goals. That is DeRealest playstyle. As Sneaky trying to get a pop over Corey, ends up going off that backboard, but comes back and gets the demo, not allowing Corey any space to be able to carry that down, and with a shot opportunity, Brandon now picking up the side boost, able to flick it over both defenders of Same Kids. And like I said, from end to end, just like that, in less than 4 seconds, that ball went from into DeRealest net to a kicked into the corner, down the pitch, into the goal. 1-0 now, DeRealest. That was a great touch to get it over both defenders. Brandon now winning that 50-50 there. Kicks it over the corner where Corey's able to get the demo. And then angles. Angles. Clearing things out. You see Sneaky hesitate just a little bit there. Hearing his teammate getting demo, knowing he doesn't have backup and has to make that save. But Corey had already had that shot lined up. Gets the chip and the angle. No teammate necessary. Corey with the shot that's going to top crossbar, down and out. Just a little bit too much power on that one. Sneaky now going to try to get things going on the transition. A shot there from Wholesome, but a fairly simple save by Brandon. As I don't blame him, same kid's just trying to test out the defense of DeRealest, but based on the amount of saves of game one, that's a fairly routine save for these members. Corey trying to stay up and get the double touch. Couldn't quite get far enough across, but it ends up being a shot for Brandon, who reads the defense here. Brandon able to go up. You can hear the member, Sneaky Toast there, jump up for the block. As you know, in this rank, you would expect that shot being fired right at the net, and Sneaky, he was on an island. I mean, it's a lose-lose situation at that point. That's a difficult spot to be. But Brandon reading that, throwing it down low, getting that bounce shot, and giving the 3-0 lead over to DeRealest. As Corey, just at the last second, getting the save off of that top crossbar. Wholesome Tree is trying to throw it on past members, but a zero boost, that's difficult. Brandon getting the pop over Sneaky Toast and going to leave it for Brandon. Or going to leave it for Corey. I thought Brandon was going to steal this for a second. I mean, I would. I told it. Oh, he tried. You know he tried. I'm calling him out right now. Brandon, you tried to steal that. I can't blame you, but I'm going to call you out because I didn't do it. Brandon, though, dude, the play was his getting that pop over the defender and leaving it there. Corey starting the charge. Well done by Sneaky to get that challenge, but that pops into the corner hard. Luckily for the members of the same kids, they had demoed the other member of DeRealest, so no shot coming out. But a shot coming out now from Brandon. Sneaky Toast able to get just a touch at Brandon. Sits there and gets the hat trick as a great shot coming out from Brandon. An even better save from Sneaky, but unfortunately hit that top crossbar and just popped straight down into Brandon. It feels bad for Same Kids as Brandon now getting the hat trick. DeRealest up 5-0 here in game number 2. After the slow start in game 1, they have just, it's up to 11. They have just turned it on. Got a goat call out for Brandon. Brandon, you know what? I agree. Sneaky unable to get that. Brandon gets the first pop and just gets the touch over Sneaky, past the wholesome tree, and now 6-0. You know, I threw my mark. I need to pick that up. I legit, the marker got thrown on that one. Woo! Woo! Corey with a shot opportunity. Wholesome tree sitting in net, able to get it and pop straight up. Another shot opportunity for Brandon. 7-0. I'm gonna add the O for oh my god, so we can get a little bit of James Bond with the 007. Because what the hell is going on? This is some secret agent shit going on with the amount of offense that seemingly coming out of nowhere from DeRealest. Woo! Brandon. Yeah, okay, he's human. He is human after all. Missing that touch there. Wholesome tree getting it out. Is Brandon typing in chat while he's playing? As gonna go for the Brazil? No, no Brazil now. As Brandon ends up getting another one. But, you know, at this point, I think this shot would have been wide. It was gonna be close. Sneaky Toast ends up popping that. Okay, that's another Brandon. All right. But, I mean, Same Kids, they started off so well in game 1. At this point, you're just trying to get any kind of goal. There you go! Sneaky Toast, just as I'm saying it, you know, for the sake of Same Kids, maybe I should just talk about more what they need to do. Because you try to just get, at this point, game 2's over. You know, it got out of hand. Yeah. The honorary Brazil. You know, at this point, you just try to get your mindset into game number 3 because you still have at least one more game to play. And the series before this, if any of y'all were with us for the 8:30 game, a reverse sweep did happen. So at this point, you got that goal there at the end. DeRealest just dominated that game straight out, right from the get-go. 13 shots, 8 of them going in. Like, 8 out of 13 is super, super high shot success rate for, you know, Division 3 that you're seeing here. Or Tier 3, sorry, that you're seeing here. 5 assists, so you even saw a couple of the solo plays coming out. But for Same Kids, you know, they had 4 saves. They had the lead until 30 seconds in game 1. If they can get a demo, I think what we saw there was a little bit of pressing from Same Kids, especially after they went down 2-0, 3-0, just pressing a little bit too much. If they get a demo, you know, the up and down play is not the calling card for Same Kids. Catching the ball, getting a flick, you know, you saw a couple great flicks coming out from Same Kids in game 1 and even there in game 2. If they can catch it and get a little bit of space, so if they get a demo and get some space, you know, the Same Kids are not out of this by any stretch of the imagination. And we see it right here. Sneaky Toast did have some space, but that got collapsed quickly quickly there with the demo coming out. Wholesome Tree with the shot. Brandon with the save. Ball still floating there above the box. Sneaky Toast with an opportunity. Ends up not going for it. Wholesome Tree throwing it back. We see in shot after shot. Is trying to win the boost battle here for Same Kids. As this is more offense than we saw from them and the vast majority of game number 2. So already able to switch things up a little bit. If they can get a demo or a bump play out of this or win the boost battle, they will set themselves up well. Wholesome Tree, once again, kicking back into the corner, kicking it off the sidewall. Corey, though, popping it out. That's going to go over Sneaky Toast. Rushing back to get the ball, gets the boost. Is going to try to carry this, but you see both members of DeRealest rotating back, getting some space. We see DeRealest, he loses it off of his hood to try to get a flick, tries to pick it back up, ends up pinching straight up off the backboard. And the offensive threat over for DeRealest. Right back down here where we spent the majority of game number 3. As Corey DeRealest gets yet another save. Sneaky Toast trying to get it past. We got a battle for the second place bid. As Wholesome Tree goes for the ball. That's what I was talking about. Went for it, unable to get it there in time. As I believe that was Corey avoiding the demo. And then gets the save as Corey gets yet another save as the bump play trying to come out. You can see Same Kids are trying to switch things up, which is fantastic, and it's working for them so far. We're approaching halftime, and it's still 0-0. So a great job of adapting so far by Same Kids and be more on offense as Wholesome Tree. Didn't quite get the greatest first touch, I'm sure. End up popping it a little bit too far of his car. One of these times I will get it out. And didn't get the flick as a Wholesome Tree just barely gets the save there. Sneaky Toast now. A little bit of space. Ends up being challenged by Brandon. Popped over to the side and Corey just booming on down as we see back and forth what DeRealest want. Wholesome Tree trying to get past Brandon. Ends up getting the ball off the back wall. Now Sneaky Toast has a shot opportunity. Didn't quite have the read off the wall there. As now Brandon leads the charge. Going to pop it over one, get the flick over the second. Gets the extra touch just for good measure as Corey was coming in for the bump, and we see that solo play once again coming out from DeRealest. The good pop into the flick, didn't need that extra touch as Corey was coming in just being a bumpy, annoying vehicle on the way down to make sure that no save comes out. And now 1-0 coming out, DeRealest. Brandon with the demo. Corey's going to pop it off of the backboard. Brandon went just a little bit too. I think he was a little amped up on that one. Went a little bit too quick. Got there well before that ball comes down. Corey throwing at net, but Wholesome Tree right there for the demo or for the save. Excuse me, as he now Wholesome Tree able to steal that corner boost. Should leave DeRealest with low boost, but Sneaky Tree goes for the flick. Was challenged well. And sent out towards mid-pitch as Wholesome Tree kicks it out towards the midfield. That could be a shot opportunity for Sneaky Toast. Ends up being challenged by both members of DeRealest as Corey puts a shot on net. It hits the post, kicks across, but Brandon is there to clean things up. I thought Corey had the angles. I was about to shout angles once again. Ends up kicking off that post straight across, and Brandon beating the second member of Same Kids down the pitch, and therefore the easy chip in. Now 2-0. DeRealest. This is a must-win for Same Kids as Wholesome Tree. Oh, Same Kids. That is the best opportunity they have had this game. Unable to get the read off of that pass across the wall. As this is a must-win for Same Kids. If they lose this, this series is a 3-0 sweep in favor of DeRealest. 30 seconds left to play. Brandon Going to pick things up, slow things down a little bit as time is on their side, but ends up getting demoed by a wholesome tree. Not very wholesome on that play, but very necessary, I would argue. Wholesome tree now going to pick things up. Can hear Brandon in his back pocket just trying to get that bump and demo out, make sure no offensive plays, just stalling things out. Our DeRealest, no need to press at this point. There's 10 seconds left to play. Brandon booming it down, and just like that, next time ball touches the ground, there it is. DeRealest takes this series 3-0 and will keep their record undefeated at 4-0. You see it again off the back of the defense. That game number 3, was played vast majority on the side of DeRealest. Yeah, they are 12-1 in games this season. DeRealest looking like a very, very strong juggernaut, as now 4-0 going into the week 5 and week 6 before the playoffs. At this point, I would argue it's not about getting into playoffs, it's about what seed they're going to be playoffs. As week 1 they went 3-0, 2-3-0. Last week against Team KC is the only game they have dropped. They dropped one game and 4 weeks. DeRealest looking like DeRealest competitors in this 2v2 division here in Tier 3. Same kids, unfortunately, going to drop down to 2-2 with a 500 record. They're still set up pretty well for playoffs going forward, so it's not that big of a deal. But you always hate to drop games, and you know, especially is in an 0-3 sweep. This is the first time that they have been swept the entire season. So they're still looking all right. They're still in a pretty good position. They're going to need to win at least one, probably both their next 2 games to get into playoffs. But it's still based on their play and how they stayed with DeRealest for the vast majority. In Game 2 got away, but Game 1 and Game 3 were very close. They are still in a very prime position for getting into playoffs. So I appreciate all you guys coming out. As mentioned, you know, and as you guys are saying, thanks to the cast. You know, thank you all for coming out and booking this with me. I absolutely love doing it. If you want to know more about the Indie Gaming League, check it out. There's a link for the Discord, for the website there in the chat. Hit it up if you want to see more live Rocket League action, as well as the other games are commentated. You know, if you guys are in chat for DeRealest, if one of you guys wants to hop into, let me see if any of them are open. If you guys want to hop into Community 1, we can do a quick interview with one of the members or both members of DeRealest, and we will get that on here. So I'm in there right now. It's Seeger on Discord. So when you guys see that, that is me. And we'll absolutely get a post game interview. As there we go. We got both Brandon and Corey.
Hey.
You know, what is going on, guys?
Oh, that was awesome. Thank you
That
very
was a
much for the
fun
cast.
Okay, so for starters, I gotta start. Game 2. What the hell?
Oh man.
Oh,
Brandon
well,
went
we
off.
turned it up. We definitely turned it up that game.
I was telling
First game
Brandon
was
he needs to
scary.
save some of this energy for the next game and not use it all up. Oh my goodness.
I don't know what happened to
It
me.
was just goal after goal.
You guys,
No.
well, and like 13 shots, 8 goals that game. But then in the other 2 games, games 1 and game 3 were fairly close. What was the difference? What was same kids doing to you guys in those 2 games to not allow that offensive performance that we saw in game 2?
So I mean, I guess in the first game it was just trying to get a feel for everything, and it was kind of crazy at first. They got up with a 2-0 lead, and it was just getting nervous at first, trying to feel what they're playing like, and I don't know.
We were feeling them out,
rough.
and our past 2 games we've had really aggressive teams who are going for it a lot and just pretty much ball chasing it around. And these guys came out more patient and played it smarter, and that really just shocked us because I'm normally the harasser while Corey stays back. That shocked us, but we eventually realized to just not let them breathe. They didn't get as many touches around us in the second game, I didn't feel, like as opposed to the first and third game. That's what really contributed to pounding on offense. But
Yeah, they
that's
had
just-
really good touches too on offense. Like every time they were coming at me in net, I was getting kind of hesitant, and there was a couple goals you could see there, and it was just like I was just stopped in my tracks. Like they had some pretty good shots.
Yeah.
So they were actually pretty good on offense. Got to give it to them.
Yeah, they had
good
some,
shots.
they had some great, and that's what I was looking at the stats before the game. You guys coming in with with 4 goals per game and 4.7 saves per game, compared to same kids 2.46 goals to 3 saves. So the slower game does benefit them more based on those stats. But you guys have only dropped 1 game up to this point in your 4 weeks. 3-0, 3-0, 3-1, 3-0. You're setting yourselves. I don't want to look too far ahead, but you all are setting yourselves up prime for playoffs. Looking forward, what's your goal for the next 2 games to get ready for those playoffs? Because you're in the prime, you're in pole position right now. What do you need to do to progress in the next couple of weeks to get ready for that?
What we're really hoping for is to get more passing plays going. We definitely want to set more passing plays up. We try and set them up a lot, but we definitely don't want to force them, because then that slows us down. But if we get better at passing plays, I think that would be incredibly beneficial for both of us.
Yeah, that's one thing we got to work on for sure. But I mean, we have a good game plan so far. Brandon plays up, harasses, and plays pretty good one-on-one games and stuff like that. I'm usually pretty good in net. So, I mean, that's just been a pretty good, solid game plan all around usually. So, just keep that up, I guess, and we keep practicing a lot. So it's good.
Yep.
Well, and
Chemistry up.
And Brandon, make sure that you steal the goal there. You tried there.
I was like,
we always do that.
I thought he was gonna steal it. I thought he was gonna mess it up. Actually.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. I would have totally screwed that.
He's always stealing my goals, so I gotta get him back sometimes.
Well, hey, this was awesome. I appreciate you guys coming in here and having a quick chat. GG's all around, well played. Keep that going, and looking forward to how you guys finish out this season, and more than likely, like I said, I hate to look that far ahead, but more than likely into playoffs and the postseason.
Thank
Yes,
you.
sir. That's awesome.
That's the plan.
Thank you so much for the cast.
Yep, no problem. Take care.
Thank you. Take care.